Okay, hello everybody and welcome. I know it says Website Wednesday in front of you, but it's not actually Website Wednesday. But I normally run the webinar reviews or the website reviews, I meant to say, on a Wednesday. But because it's been so busy with all the think tank material that we've been put in front of you, and we didn't get to do it on the second Wednesday of the month. So I'm doing one today. So you're very welcome. Thank you for joining me. I hope you all had a great Easter. And now we're going to kick off with the website reviews that I have for you. We're also going to talk about marketing funnels. But before we do that, I'm just going to go live on Facebook as well. So I'm on my way on my own tonight because my tech team are on holidays. So just bear with me while I figure all of this out. So if something goes badly wrong, you know that I'm trying to do everything on my own. So here we go. Let's see if we can find the photography think tank and whether Zuck wants to talk to us today or not. Sometimes he decides not to talk to us. Sometimes he decides to talk to us. So let's just see what he's going to do today. So I hope you've all been enjoying all the content that we've been putting out in the think tank and that you're finding it useful. We are trying hard, and it's great to have so many of the leaders from around the world in our great industry helping us out with that. So let me see now. Website reviews. Yes, I'm a one-finger typist. Sorry about that. I typed dissertations that thick with just one finger. It took a long time. Okay, website reviews from the think tank. I wonder, can I spell my name now? There we go. So let's just go live then in there. Go live anyway. Okay, so we should be going live in Facebook and then we'll be ready to start. If I'm looking down, it's just I have two screens. So I have my laptop below me and up, so I'm not purposely not looking at you guys because the camera is up there. Okay, so it looks like we are live. So let me just find my way back to Zoom. Okay, so welcome. And I'm not muted and we're good to go. Good, okay. So you're welcome. I hope you had a great Easter. What we're going to do today is we're going to go through just a few things around websites. And what I want to talk about is why your website's important. We'll do some reviews then from some photographers who've given us their websites to have a look at. We'll talk about marketing funnels. So what's the difference between a website and a marketing funnel? Well, there's very little, except that the marketing funnel has more stuff built around it to help you to capture those leads, nurture them, and turn them into clients. So we'll actually review a marketing funnel as well, but effectively they operate the same way because you're driving traffic to either your website or to a dedicated page, which is part of a marketing funnel. So then the other thing that we'll do then is we will do some more reviews then, and then there'll be Q&A. So we'll keep all the Q&A to the end if that's okay, so that I can see it all, because as I said, I'm on my own today, so if nobody to jump in and just say, Ronan, we have a question. So just bear with me and we will get through it. So let's just talk about then why your website's important. Well, often it's the first touch point that any of your clients have with your business and your brand. So quite often a client will be looking for you and they'll find you in a Google search and you bring them to your website page. Or if you've got a marketing funnel, you're proactively putting your offers and your messages in front of your clients on social media, and then you're directing them to your landing page or your opt-in page in your funnel. So it's really important that we build KLT regardless of what that customer journey is. And KLT stands for they've got to know you, they've got to like you, and they've got to trust you. The other thing then is your website and your landing page can be a way then to generate qualified leads for your business. And in fact, there's a lot of businesses, including ours, who actually get all of their bookings and all of their business from a lot of their online marketing activity. So in Business Success Academy, we have joined us very soon. We have Brad Bulmer, and Brad is a photographer. He's in South Yorkshire, and they generate 3/4 of their leads using Facebook and marketing funnels. So next Friday, we have a real treat because we have an absolute marketing genius in terms of generating leads on Facebook, Jonathan Ryle, joining us, who's a member of BSA, and we've Brad too, that we'll get into more detail as to how he, as a successful photography business, is generating more than 3/4 of his bookings using marketing funnels online. Okay, so let's get into talking then about websites and landing pages. When I'm talking about them, I'm talking about the same thing, and the most common things and problems that we see in our reviews. So the first thing we see is that they're not mobile enabled. So anybody now who's a website expert and has been for a number of years, they tend to go with this concept of mobile first. So that is, they design their websites with the mobile first in mind, and then they expand it out to fit on a desktop. And why is that? Well, the reason is that more than 75% of searches now are done on mobile. In fact, on Facebook now, there's way more interaction on Facebook via mobile than there is on desktop. So if you haven't optimized for mobile, and those people come to your website and they have to go back and forth on the screen to see the content, or they have to try to find where to click, then the whole thing is lost. So that's why most good websites now are what we call a scroll website model. So you're scrolling down and most of the information is on that one page. The next thing then is, and we see this quite often, is that the message on the website, so the clear message that's designed for you to interact with your client, and your client to say, I'm in the right spot. I've come here. Yes, this is what I'm looking for. And this business, this photography business, is absolutely my ideal photographer I want to deal with. So quite often, though, we see that the message is not connecting there. Then in StoryBrand, we talk about direct call to actions. So direct call to actions are, let's have a chat or book now. And a lot of websites either don't have that direct call to action at all. The direct call to action doesn't follow down the website as I scroll the website, or it's not standing out. It's not a color that stands out. An indirect call to action then is designed, because we get a lot of people who visit our website or our landing page, right? And they don't know, like, and trust us yet. So what we use in StoryBrand is called an indirect call to action. So that is to capture the visitor to your website or your landing page, capture their email address and whatever other details you may want. So what might they be? Well, if you're selling wedding photography, you might want to know the expected date of the wedding. If you are a newborn photographer, you might want to know is the expected delivery date of the baby. So any pre-qualification question that you need, but we're not talking about a big long form, because you put a big long form in front of a client, they're just going to get fed up and won't fill it out. So just what are the key 1, 2, or 3 things that are going to help you to, one, qualify the person, and then when you contact them, that you have some content to get talking about. The next piece then that we see quite often is that the client buying process is not clear. So what do I mean by that? Well, you see, when we have our own business, we know our business inside out and backwards. But the visitor or the potential client doesn't necessarily know what that is. So in StoryBrand, we talk about giving them a plan, and give them a plan so that they know what the process is going to be by interacting with you. So we see a lot of photographers who've actually managed to figure this out from interacting with us or seeing it elsewhere. And what on their website, when I scroll down their website, there's a clear plan. So the first step is we're going to have a pre-shoot consultation. Then we're going to have the actual session where we're going to capture those wonderful images. And then you're going to come back for a viewing. And at that viewing, then that viewing is actually going to be a sales session where I'm going to show you the images. And we're going to select the images that you're going to buy as wall art or in a folio box or an album, or whatever that is that you're selling. And then the final thing that we see quite often is that the client's not the hero. So what do we mean by that? Well, what we mean by that is that your client has to be the hero of the offering. because your client doesn't care about you. And what do I mean by that? What I mean by that is your client only cares about what you can do for them. So if you put yourself in the shoes of when you're a client of somebody, you're not going in there saying, I wonder how this person is and how they're feeling. You're saying, I wonder what can they do for me? And the final thing is your purpose. So is your purpose clear? Is your why clear? Is that going to connect with your ideal client? So the best way to do this is actually to go and do a few website reviews. So I asked about a month ago for photographers to submit their websites to me for the series of website reviews that we're going to do over the last couple of weeks. So there's one of these already. If you're on 3XM Insiders, there's a recording there for previous ones I've done. And tonight I'm going to do some more, as well as go over some more of those, because some people had actually saw it, watched it, and went and took some action, which is really, really good to see. Okay, so let me see now if I can figure out how to stop the share here. Hello, everybody. You're very welcome. And I'm going to share another screen, and let's hope that this works. That is not what I want to do. Just bear with me for a second. Where is that? There we go. And I wanted to be there. Okay. So now let's just go back to here. Excuse me for a second. And I don't want to do that. Okay, just bear with me, guys, for 2 seconds. Stop the share. Share again. And I've got the right one this time. Hooray. Okay, so this is Babies by Jackie, and well, let's just go through her website and let's just talk a few things about this website. So, so what I see on this website is the important thing to remember first is that anyone who visits a website, they will look at that website with a Z or a Z. So they will scan the website, starting in the top left, they'll go across the top of the website, they'll come down in a Z angle and then back across the bottom. So in StoryBrand language, we call the top of the website the absolutely key area and the most expensive real estate on your website. So it needs to be occupied by what you want your client to do. So what we suggest is that this area up here is not heavily populated and it's kept really, really simple with your logo. When your logo is there, it's important that if your logo doesn't say what you do, you need to put it in there. So for example, there's a business that's called, if your business is called Ronan, Ryle Incorporated, and it doesn't actually say what I do, I need to add a tagline in there to say what I do. So if it's Ronan, Ryle Incorporated, I put a tagline in there if that was my business to say business consultancy for small businesses or business consultancy for photographers, wherever that might be, to get that across. So then what we want to see up here then, this is the prime real estate, top right, we want to see the call to action. So if the call to action for you is to have a consultation or to go ahead and book now, that would be what we would want up here in the top right hand corner as a big button to say, let's have a chat if that's what it is, or book your session now. So that's called the direct call to action. So that's what's missing here. So then as we scan down through the website, the imagery is very, very good, which is great. Desperate for newborn pictures was what was in here. So I'm pretty clear what it's about. What I really love about here is that it's been updated to deal with COVID. So it's saying that we're currently closed due to COVID, but see our blog for more details. But you can still go ahead and scan the website and see all the detail. So what I know most people will probably know that you're closed, but what this says to me is that this photographer is up to date, they're keeping their website up to date, they're keeping their communication up to date, and it's relevant to me now. Okay, so as I scan down then, whatever the direct call to action is, which is booking or whatever, I'd want that to follow me as I scan. So she is building authority in that she is here, she has her testimonials. The best testimonial you can do, if you can, is to have a video testimonial. Now here's something about testimonials, is when you have a client, you don't get them to write the testimonial for you. What you do is you interview them to see what they thought of your business, the experience they had, what made them happy about it. And once you've gathered that, then you take that information, you write it up so that you can keep it nice and short. Then you give it back to them and say, we had a conversation. Does this now reflect what you said to me? And if they say yes, then say, right, can we now turn this into a video testimonial? And can I use it also as text on my website as a testimonial? Okay, so that's just an important thing, because otherwise you'd end up with testimonials that are a mile long and the clear message is not clearly communicated in there. So you're not doing anything wrong in taking what your client is saying about you and just shortening that then into a testimonial that captures what they actually thought of your business. And then before you publish that, you verify that with them just to make sure that they're happy that is a reflection of what they thought. Okay, so back to the website. So there is a testimonial here. I'd like to see it as a video testimonial to be added to it. This is a complication that I see quite a lot. So you can see Jackie here, she's doing maternity, newborn, and babies and family. So an important thing here, if your online marketing is directing your client to the homepage of your website, you need to change that. So if you're a photographer who does multiple different types of business, you need to direct them to the page that that ad is talking about. So what do I mean by that? If I'm targeting clients for a maternity shoot, I need to direct them to the page that's about maternity. And if I'm doing newborn, I'll send them to newborn. And if I'm doing family, I send them to a family page. Because otherwise I come here, I thought it was newborn. So if I was looking for family portraiture, I would have left at this stage because I would have said, that photographer is not for me. This photographer is primarily a newborn photographer. Yeah, so that's just an important lesson to make. So beautiful imagery. So welcome. She's saying newborn photography in Yorkshire. So then this is more confusing again because it's all about newborn photography. She is building authority because she has her awards here that are in there and that she's a pro member. But again, I would like the button, the direct call to action button, to follow me down. And then the indirect call to action button is not there. So what do I mean by that? The indirect call to action is when somebody lands on your website or lands on your landing page, it's something you're going to give of value in return for their email address and the contact details that we talked about a little bit earlier. So that's what I'm looking for on the website. Okay. So let's just go to the next one now. So hopefully you're now seeing Diana Marie's website. So when beautiful image, but what's missing here is the text. So I know she's a fine art photographer, or maybe she's not a photographer because that's not maybe clear about this. But what I would like to see here then is there's not text. So I don't know what to do next. I can see these links here that I can go and find out about, but really if I'm on a mobile, I'm not going to be able to find these. You know, they're more difficult to find. So that's why you want a scrolling website. So there has to be more text to say, who is your client? What do you do for that client? How is that client transformed when they interact with your business? You want to be building authority and you want to give them the plan. So I don't know what the plan is here for me to book you, Diana. So that's what I will be looking for on this one. Okay. Okay, let's go here. So who have we got now? Sylvia. I think we did Sylvia's one before. So here's a really good example of a direct call to action. Can you see it? It's in the Z at the top right and it's let's talk. So I like that. Let's talk, let's have a chat. Some people say contact us. I hate contact us because it gives the impression of corporate. It's too corporate-y. So I really like the fact that this is let's chat or let's have a talk. Some people say, you know, let's have a consultation. That's okay, but again, it's very commercially. So I suppose it depends on who your ideal client is. If I'm doing family portraiture or newborn or stuff like that, I think let's chat. or let's talk is better than contact us. Or, sorry, contact us shouldn't be there at all, but rather than book a consultation. But perhaps if I'm doing corporate headshots, then book a consultation might be more relevant there. Okay, so here then, we've got the let's talk here. I can see that Sylvia, I hope I'm pronouncing your name right, Sylvia, is a photography. It's quite clear. It's photography, portrait studio. I can see where she's located, and let's talk is there. And then I scroll down, stunning photography and portraits for your business and home. Elevate your business with magazine quality images that help your business grow. Okay, so now you can see here that there's the personal branding, there's the headshots, and there's newborn. So again, if you're doing multiple genres, the page I would want you to bring them to is a page that's dealing with that genre. Because if you put an advert up around headshots and I come to the website and I'm seeing the newborn there, I'm a little bit confused. And I'm not saying you are doing that, but that's what I would like to see. Schedule a consultation. So then that's linked to the let's talk. I think I would change that to let's talk and have the let's talk follow me down, unless I'm on the page that's dealing with the personal branding and the headshots, then the schedule a consultation. So you can see there's probably a little bit of confusion, and the confusion is caused again by the multi-genres. So the language may be different depending on who you're talking to, who's your client. Yeah, so the consultation is ideal for the headshot, but if it's for the newborn, the family, maybe it's let's talk. Okay, so I don't see an indirect call to action either. So I'm not getting anything that's saying, you know, download my guide on the 7 essential things to keep safety in mind when booking your newborn photographer. So you've seen all those things before, yeah? So that's an indirect call to action. So it'll pop up on the website, and it's designed then to get your client details for the traffic that you've generated, so you can put them into your marketing funnel to get them to know, like, and trust you more by sending them content that's relevant with that email address. Hopefully that all makes sense. Okay, so let's just click it, because I haven't done this. Let's just click into one of these and see what happens. Because quite often when I do this, when I go into it, there's just a one piece and the other parts are not in there. What I mean with that is that you don't go and you build empathy, you don't go and show authority, so the testimonials aren't there, and you don't give a plan for each of them. But I haven't done this and this, so let's just see what Sylvia has done. Okay. So the let's talk now. So the let's talk has changed the same, even though we're in professional headshots. I'm not saying that's wrong. That could be reflective of your brand, and that's fine. But earlier on the homepage we had about booking a consultation. So I don't know whether Sylvia is doing those 2 different languages based on the brand she wants to put forward, or whether it was it just doesn't knit together for me, those 2 things. Your smile is your logo, your personality is your business card. How you leave others feeling after having experience with you becomes your trademark. I love that. Yeah, because it's all about the client. It's not saying I am the best headshot photographer in the world. So this is brilliant. Love it. Elevate your professional look. Again, it's about the client. That's the transformation. So when you go through the business with me, you are going to be in a position where you, as my client, is going to elevate your professional look. Absolutely perfect. And then we've got some price. Let's talk. Some examples. Okay, what I would say is there's probably too much photography here. And what's missing here is I want to see the plan. So what's the plan? So what do I mean by the plan? So the plan might be where we're going to have a consultation first to determine exactly what you want and what I can deliver. Then we're actually going to go do the shoot. And then there's going to be a viewing, or if you're doing instant viewings, it'll be just, we're going to do the pre-shoot consultation, you come for the shoot, and we do the viewing and sales session there, and then you get the product. And the third piece of the plan I always like to see, no more than 4 steps, and the final step is the transformation. So in the case of this, then the transformation would be, if it's about your LinkedIn profile for your job, you know, you've got a better job, or you're earning more money because you elevated your professional look. or if you're the business owner, that the transformation is you generated more business because you've got professional imagery on your website, whatever that might be. So that's the steps I like to see in the plan. Okay, but very good website. Just a few little tweaks. And the other thing that I like to see is I like to see how can I communicate with you. So let's just do that again here. So how do I make contact other than clicking on the button? So some of you may have seen these online chats, a chat that pops up. You can do that now with Messenger. So if you're on Messenger, and I'll put the link in the recording of this review, in about 5 minutes, you can install Messenger on your website. So, because most people are on Facebook Messenger now, right? So that allows it up here in a chat to pop up and you get a message instantly. So I'll post that link at the very end. The social media links are here, which are excellent. I'd love to see that. And then there's authority being built as well with all these memberships of these and the awards and the best photographer, etc. Excellent website. Okay, just a few things just to make it absolutely dynamite. Okay, so Laura, let's have a look here. So Laura, so I can see she's a photographer again. Again, what's missing is a direct call to action. So, and I don't want to have to click through to another page to see about you. So it's important as I scroll this website, going back to the mobile thing again, that you tell us that there, that you build authority and empathy up there. Take a look around, get in touch. Okay, again, so we've got product photography, we've got scenery photography, we've got people, lasting quality. The social media links are here, which is good. Let's just go through one of these just to see, does it go into the more detail here. So I've got a beautiful photograph, family photo sessions, peek into a family photo session. Okay, so I really like the use of video here. So video is really, really important. So that's really, really good. I like the video. A peek into a photo session, so that gives me, it's a sort of behind the scenes. People love behind the scenes. They love to see what's going on in the background. So again, I don't know how to book you. I don't know what the plan is. I don't know what the steps in the process are. There's no testimonial here on this page that I would like to see. And then I'd like to see the language then that connects with the ideal client. So if we're in family portraiture, right? So if I'm in portraits here, what's the, so the best way to address this is think of 3 things. What's the problem your client has? Step 2 is how do you solve that problem? And 3, then what's the transformation that client goes through by interacting with your service or your business? So if you can actually capture those 3 things, out of that then you'll come with 1 or 2 lines that connect with your ideal client. Okay, so hopefully that helps and makes some sense. Okay, so who's next then? Okay, 3XM. Okay, this is our website. The reason why I put this up is this isn't bad, but every website can be improved. Okay, so if you don't know who 3XM is, yeah, it's not clearly evident looking in this top real estate here what 3XM does. Now I know we deal with it here. Here then the products is the main thing that we sell. So that's the primary call to action. So I like that. I like the chat popping up that we can communicate, and there's a video there from our head of client happiness to talk like that. So my Z comes down here. Photographers can survive this crisis and will thrive again. Okay, so 3XM have updated their website just to change the language that's relevant right now. So I like that. I want to survive and thrive. So that's bringing you then, it's linked to this language, and that's bringing you to all the content about the think tank. But if you're interested in our products, which is now normally the direct call to action, now it's the indirect call to action. The direct call to action is how can we help you now? So pre-COVID, that was reversed. So in here we had products, want to buy a product, and in here we had want to discover what's the best product for you. When you clicked on it, you filled out a short survey, and it said in the type of genre of photography you do, your current average sales value, these are the products that work for other photographers like you. So scroll down, we're here to help through this. So again, it's been updated. Join our Insiders Facebook group where you'll see all the video content. And then it's the same as it was before. So we talk about, so here's our client story. It's done as a story, it's on a blog, and there's also a video there to explain it when I click through. Here where we're saying, you know, the transformation that you as a photographer or art deserves to be seen. Again, we have the direct call to action, which is to buy now or take the quiz, being the indirect call to action. So, and they will follow you down, see? So they're following me down the website. So that's what you want to see. Both your direct call to action and your indirect call to action, you want to follow your client as they scroll down your website. We're here for you. Sell with confidence, learn to succeed, get the best in the market, the support you need. So again, it's all about the client. The love of your life awaits, the different products that are there. Not sure how to start? Take the quiz. Now here's the plan. So here's how it works, yeah? You choose your product. When you choose your product, it's branded, made, shipped to you within 12 days, and we have a satisfaction guarantee. And then the final piece then here then is, again, take the quiz if you're not sure what the right product is for you. Here's some testimonials about what our client said. This would be even better if we had these as video testimonials. Yeah. So that's something our marketing team need to add to the list. Again, the direct call to action and direct call to action are following me down the page, which is very good. Here's a video. Also, we do have video testimonial. Apologies, marketing team. So we do have video testimonial, and here's one video testimonial. So maybe we should have put that underneath here too. So if we had a video testimonial for these 4 clients, we could just link off straight underneath it to the video testimonial. Why 3XM? So client happiness, all in one place, satisfaction guarantee. So they're just the key things. Again, the buy now or the indirect call to action if you're not sure, and then turn your passion into profit. So we're here to help you in business as well. So have a look at our free Ways to Go program, which is being described as a mini MBA, and we make it free to photographers to help you create a more successful business that links to our purpose and our why we exist. Okay. So let's go on to another website before we go back and start talking about funnels and how they're slightly different in the landing pages and stuff. And we'll share what another photographer has done. Okay, so Liz Marie, so here, prepay for your headshot marathon now and get an extra image for free. So there are the specials. I have my Facebook links. Here, this is the prime real estate, which should be my direct call to action, my indirect call to action. So up here, I'd like to see book now or let's chat or book your consultation with your indirect call to action then beside it, wherever that might be. So then at Lismary Products, we believe that everyone should exist in photographs and celebrate uniqueness and beauty without fear. Okay, I would like to change that to be more client focused. So it is client focused, but here, this looks to me that you're the hero, just a little bit. So I'd like the client to be the hero. So how could we change that language to get that? So every woman deserves to celebrate her uniqueness and beauty without fear. You deserve that too. So it's about the client, yeah? Because it's obvious that you're the one who delivers that, but let them be the hero and you're the guide to achieve that. Okay, consult and book. Okay, so here is an example now of the process being designed really, really clear to me as the client as to what's going to happen. So step 1, there's going to be a consultation and booking. Step 2, there's going to be a photo shoot where you're going to provide me with hair and makeup. Step 3, there's going to be a picture reveal and ordering session. Get started. Love it. Absolutely perfect. 1, 2, 3, I know exactly what's going to happen as the buyer. Get started. So the get started, I would change to book your slot now or book your consultation, wherever that is, rather than get started. But other than that, it's absolutely ideal. I know exactly what's going to happen. I'm not visiting this website saying, I wonder what's the process of having to deal with Liz Marie and what are we going to do? Yeah. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Love it. Okay. Okay, portfolio. So then there's the different portfolios of the different ones. Again, we go back. If there's going to be 3 different things, the landing page, I'd want to talk to me just with this. So if it's intimate boudoir, well, then there'll be an intimate boudoir landing page, and you will direct your traffic to that just talks intimate boudoir. The same then for your beauty and glamour, and the same for your branding and headshots. And again, what's on this website, the process and all, would then be unique to that photography genre. That makes sense. So on those pages, it just doesn't talk about boudoir. You follow exactly the same process all the way through that website then there. And I think when I looked at this website before, that it's been designed for mobile. So you can see on desktop, some of the text is a little bit big. So it's designed for mobile first. It looks really, really good on mobile, but maybe the text is a bit big and a little bit clunky on desktop. So absolutely the right approach, optimize for mobile first and then optimize for desktop. But the optimization for desktop doesn't seem to have been quite done here. So I bet you if you look at this on a mobile, it's absolutely perfect. That's generally when you see big text like that, that's been the problem. That it's been optimized for mobile first, which is great, but we also have to optimize for desktop. Okay, what my clients are saying, again, love it, love the stars, you know, that gets across the whole 5-star, that's a 5-star experience. The clients are there. I really enjoyed working with Liz. She really took the time for me to feel comfortable putting the best image forward. Her process was great. The final images were awesome. And you see the process, I love that because it's linked back to what was there earlier as to what the client journey is interacting with your business is going to be. And then Liz introduces herself. So again, for me here, she's absolutely building empathy. So, you know, I'm Liz, a wife, a mom, 3 young children, 2 4 babies, love adventure books, exotic food, and IT, I think that is. Okay, why choose me to be a photographer? Because I fully understand the struggle of not always loving the person you see in your pictures. I know all the excuses. Love it. She's building empathy and trust here. I am not photographic. I need to lose weight. I've been there. I know how it feels. That's, you know, but that's not a reason not to go ahead and do it. And the transformation then is evident here, that by interacting with Liz, that she's going to make me absolutely feel empowered and more beautiful and respect myself even more without any fear that that's going to happen. Yeah. Okay. Excellent. And then when I go down the bottom, then let's keep in touch. Okay. So this is where I would want that to be the indirect call to action. Yeah. So people don't want to sign up for newsletters. Our email boxes are full of newsletters that never get read. So really what I want this to be, so if I follow what Liz has been doing here, what I'd like to see here is, you know, the perfect pose, the 7 perfect poses which will make you feel empowered in your photo session. Download now. Isn't that far more, I'm much more likely to do that if I'm Liz's ideal client and fill that in and give you my first name and email address as a result of that. But then again, I want that indirect call to action to be up here and follow me down the page beside my direct call to action. Okay, so I'm just going to stop the share here and we are going to share screen. I'm just going to go back here now just to see where we are. And the next step is I'm going to answer some questions to see if there's any questions. Let's just see if there's any questions in the chat. Q&A, where is the chat column? There we go. Okay, so there's no open questions, it's telling me there. And then the chat, is there any questions? No, except Guy is there saying hello. Hello, Guy, you're very welcome. Okay, so let's go on and let's talk about then marketing funnels. If I can get it to go forward. So what's a marketing funnel? Well, a marketing funnel is a system to nurture your client leads from when they first interact with your website or landing page all the way through to booking you as a photographer. And many photographers tell us that Facebook is dead. So they just can't generate leads on Facebook. But Facebook's not dead. But Facebook has evolved. So the main problem with photographers that are using Facebook now is it's changed. Facebook, it's now 14 years since everyone in the world could have a Facebook account. So it's a teenager. Yeah, it's that 14 year of age teenager. It's different to when it started out. So when we started out on Facebook, we used to be able to post on Facebook and it was organic reach. Yeah, and people interact with it. And then we were taught then to do boosted posts. So let's post something and let's boost it and put it out in front of our clients. We did have to pay for it. And that the angle was that we would have, 3 soft posts, 1 hard sell within that. And that's fine, and that can still work today. However, really, Facebook has grown up. And when you think about it, we're actually interrupting our potential clients scroll when they're catching up with what their friends are doing and what's happening within their network. So we've got to, one is to interrupt them, but interrupt them in a nice way to get them to stop and then to take some action. So very few photography businesses are doing that. So Brad Bulmer is an exception to that. Brad generates 3/4 of his bookings by using Facebook marketing and funnels. And next Friday, we have a big surprise because Brad and Jonathan are actually joining us in a think tank where they'll deep dive into that. But today, I just want to plant the seeds to that, just so you've got a better understanding. So when that they come on, that you absolutely understand at a level as to what can be done. And then Brad and Jonathan will bring you through exactly how to do it. But today, I'm just going to share from a story brand perspective what a website and a landing page and a funnel needs to address, the key things it needs to address. So we've got to obey the laws of social media marketing. That's the first thing. And there's 2 steps to social media marketing. There's building your brand awareness, and then there's absolutely getting leads from your online marketing activity. And they're 2 different goal sets. So we have to be really conscious of the fact that when we're doing our online marketing, am I trying to convert somebody from being a lead into a client, or am I just building brand awareness? Because those 2 strategies require different things. What I'm going to concentrate on now is the actual use of Facebook, and it can be the most effective way for any brand to generate leads. And when I'm talking about generating leads, I'm not just talking about generating people who might buy eventually. When you put them into your marketing funnel, it's about turning them into clients. So just like coffee, I don't know if you guys are like me and you like coffee, but just like the perfect cup of coffee needs to be filtered through a funnel, you've also got to filter your leads through. So one of the big mistakes I see on Facebook from not just photographers, but all small businesses. And in fact, we've done this ourselves in the past. So we've learned the hard way, yeah? So is, here you are, 20% off, buy today. And we're putting that message in front of people who don't yet know us, don't yet like us, and don't yet trust us. So Jonathan in his training, gives the example of, imagine going up to somebody on the street who caught your eye but doesn't know you, and going straight up to them and saying, do you know what? I saw you from across the street there. You're an amazing looking woman. Will you marry me? What's likely to happen? Yeah, you're going to get hit with a handbag or a hand across the head if you're lucky that it stops at that. But yet we do that quite often, and a lot of small businesses do that in their marketing. They go up and absolutely propose there and then, when the person you're proposing to doesn't yet know, like, and trust you. So if you can think of your marketing with that set of eyes, or that set of glasses, or that set of filter, and say, okay, I've got to put content in front of these people to get them to know, like, and trust us a little bit better, but at the same time not miss out on actually putting the offer in front of them. Okay, so how do we do that? And why do we need a funnel? Well, the first reason we need a funnel is this, and that is that this is not just relevant today in online marketing. This was sales 101 that was taught to me 30 years ago when I was starting to sell. And the principle was that when you meet a prospective client, that 50% of those people will buy from you at some stage. And 50% of them, no matter what you do, will never buy from you. And don't beat yourself up if somebody never buys from you. That's just the law of sales and marketing statistics. But the 50% who will buy from you, only 15% of those will be ready to buy now. So this is what online marketeers talk about, the top of funnel. And if we go back to when I started selling 30 years ago, it was the principle that you've got to have a strategy to turn more of those people who aren't ready to buy now into a client later. And what did they, you might remember this, it was the principle of, that most salespeople give up the first time. They make contact when you say no. Then a percentage of people will touch base with you twice. A much smaller percentage will touch base with you 3 times. But the really great salespeople touch base with you more than 10 times, and therefore maximize that 50% rule of 50% will buy from you at some stage. So all we're doing here with our marketing is exactly the same thing. It's just the tool has changed a little bit. So, and the tool has changed into being able to streamline it into an online marketing contact system. But the whole principle is to turn that lead that we've generated with our marketing into a sale and a booking at the end of it. So hopefully that makes sense. So what is a funnel then? And what does it look like, our marketing funnel? So really what it is it's a series of Facebook ads. So the Facebook ad is designed to interrupt me with a lead magnet. And you've seen these lead magnets. We've talked about them a little bit earlier. It might be the 7 perfect poses to look great in your wedding photography. The 3 essential things to consider when booking a newborn photographer to ensure they stay safe. So family portraiture. Mary Taylor uses this one. I hope Mary doesn't mind me saying this one. And she talks about, you just have 18 summers with your children. Freeze time today. The essential clothes to wear, or wherever that might be. Just think about how I talk about this is, what's the biggest question your client asks you when they interact with you? So if that is, what should I wear? How will I look good? Whatever that question is, apart from price, of course, because when people ask about price, they're not asking how much it is. It's just, that's what we're programmed to do as humans. So your job is to figure out, so what's the next question I'm asked? So I'm going to bat away the price one until we need to deal with that. And really what I want to know is, what do you want out of the photography session dealing with me? What's your biggest concern? What's your biggest questions? Liz addressed them on our website page, and we talked about what her lead magnet might look like. So to get the lead magnet, so we interrupt them on Facebook, we give them the lead magnet, they click on that lead magnet, they come to our landing page, and that's our opt-in page. And our opt-in page then is about, in return for this lead magnet, it has a value of somewhere between £10 and $15 and €14, depending where you are. For me, that's what people value their email address at. So I've got to value that lead magnet at something around that value. And for you giving me that lead magnet, I'm going to give you my email address and my first name and whatever other little bit of detail that we've talked about. And then what happens then is I fall into a funnel of a series of emails after I've gone through that sequence, and Facebook retargeting. But here's where a lot of companies get this wrong. And that is when I go to the initial landing page to download the lead magnet, they bring me straight to say thank you. And we've missed an opportunity there to build trust, to allow them to get to know us a little bit better, and for them to like us a little bit more. So really good top of marketing funnel, and that's where we are. We're up at the very top when the client first visits that landing page or our website page relevant to what we're trying to sell them. So let's just have a look then in more detail as to what the steps are in an actual drawing. So here are the steps. So the first thing is the Facebook ad that's going to interrupt the client as they scroll their website. We then bring them to the opt-in page where they get the lead magnet. Some of them then will, when they download that lead magnet, we're not going to say thank you, but what we're going to do is we're going to bring them to what Jonathan calls the money page, which we're using then to get them to know, like, and trust us a little bit better. And then some people at that stage will actually go and make the booking. So do you remember we talked about that 15% to 50% who are ready to buy now? A lot of them will buy now at this stage. However, the other 85%, we've got to have a system to stay in front of them. So what we do is we repopulate our email listing where they get a 3-day email sequence. At the same time, we populate our custom audience on Facebook where we retarget them with the same message over the following 3 days. So in this instance, this offer would only be available for 5 days and then it's gone. I'm sure you've seen that so many times when you've clicked on a lead magnet. This offer is only there for 5 days. So there's scarcity and it's time bound. You need to take action now. 15% hopefully will book now when they get to the money page. The other 85% who will buy from you but aren't ready to book, you retarget them with email sequencing and Facebook retargeting to convert those then over the series of that offer, wherever that time-bound offer is live for. Okay, so let's look at a funnel. So let's actually look at a photographer's funnel. And as I said, Bradley and Jonathan will go into this in much more detail, but I just want to give you a flavor, not from how to do a funnel and how to set it up, but just what one looks like and how it's story branded and how it works. Okay, so the first step here is, this is Janine in Cloud9 Studios. You've probably seen her on some of the think tanks. She is a wonderful person, a wonderful business person, and a really good photographer. And Janine was one of the first people to go through our Business Success Academy training in marketing funnels. And you'll see here, Janine decided with this campaign to concentrate on babies' first year cake smash shoots. Yeah. So that's what she was concentrating on. You'll see here, if you look at the ad in detail, that she actually doesn't actually mention photography at all. She's actually saying to you that she identified from mothers of children who are coming to the first birthday that they actually had a fear around it. And the fear was driven by, what if I make an absolute bags of this and I don't have the perfect first birthday for my child? So that's the biggest concern Janine identified with mums who are approaching their child's first birthday. So her lead magnet is 7 key things to remember when planning your child's ideal birthday. Learn more. Click here to learn more. And then when the person clicked on that, she brings them to their opt-in page. So the opt-in page is where they get this lead magnet on the 7 key things to remember when planning your child's birthday. Download it now. She's now building some authority and empathy and trust with saying, meet your photographer. Hi, I'm Jean McLeod, owner of this. The text in here, we won't go through the detail, but it's talking about the fact that I understand how you feel. It can be stressful. I've been there. I'm a mum. My children had their first birthday. So download my free guide here on how to absolutely, the 7 things to remember when planning the ideal birthday. Yeah. And most people who do this, then they'll stop and say thank you after the client submits their email, and they won't try and convert people who are ready to buy now. Do you remember that 15% who we said are ready to buy now? So how can we maximize that? And when you see here, you'll see that this money page, as Jonathan calls it, has been absolutely story branded. So Janine made the video here, which connects with her ideal client. The special offer is there. She has a satisfaction guarantee to take away any fear that you might have. She then has her testimonials from past clients. And here's the bit that's always missing. How does it work? So there's a clear plan here. So what's the plan? Reserve your session time. We'll then call you so that we can customize the offering specially for you. And then you're going to really enjoy your session. And then she follows that up then with a behind the scenes video of a cake smash photography session. Yeah. And the client can go ahead and book it now. And when the client clicks on that book now button, it then brings them to an online booking form where they fill out the basic contact details. Janine decided that she doesn't want her client to pick the actual time and date at this stage. She wants to have that interaction on the phone, but this is just to reserve it. And then she says, thank you for your booking. And then anybody who comes through that other 85% that we talked about, who are ready to buy but not ready to buy now, who don't physically book now, then they're retargeted with an email sequence and Facebook retargeting over that 3-day sequence. And every time the call to action, the message is slightly different, but the call to action is to bring the person back to the same money page to make a purchase. And then when they have made the booking, then she says thank you. So if you've liked that, then as I said to you, next Friday, Brad Bulmer and Jonathan Ryle will deep dive into how you can go about setting this up. And they also have a very special surprise for you, because they are going to bring to this whole session not just the detail how to do it, but how they will be able to help you to design and implement this. And we're going to go as far as Brad is actually going to share some of his funnels with you that you can adopt into your business to make this work for when we come through this COVID-19 scenario, that you're ready, armed to fill your studio quickly by adopting these marketing funnels into your photography business. Okay, so back to some website reviews. Let's go back there now, but I have to stop the share here. And then I've got to share, and I want to go back to here. Okay. So now we're back onto the website shares, which is good, but we've already done Liz's. So just bear with me now. I just move that out of my way. And where are you, Liz? That's Liz there. So let's just look at Jilly Bean. Okay. So the logo is here. I can see it's quite clear you're a photographer. I like to see the direct and indirect call to action that we've already talked about here. Contact us is not a good direct call to action. I want it to be clearer than that, because contact us is sort of, it's really corporate, and it's as if, you know, just contact us and we might contact. What I'd like that to be, let's have a chat, let's have a conversation, especially for the photography that you're displaying here. Jilly Bean. So love the use of video, so like that. It's really good. This is where now the client isn't a hero. So Jilly Bean Photography is an award-winning fine art portrait studio in the heart of historic town, McKinley, Texas. So what I'd like to do is change that to reflect the problem you solve for your client. How do you solve it? And what's the transformation? So we want a one-liner around that if we can, Jilly Bean. Like the way you've got the book now, that's good. So the direct call to action is there. Beside that, I'd like to see the indirect call to action. Again, I like the way the direct call to action is follow me down the page. That's really good. We've got a testimonial here. Again, if we could turn that into a video testimonial, which is your client talking about the experience and the transformation they went through, even better. Because they are little only once, so we're getting close to the message here. So it's sort of suggesting to me here that time is the enemy. So time is the enemy. You've got a limited opportunity to capture these images before that. So a lot of newborn photographers use that because they say that the baby's features change after 14 days and they won't be that bundle, they won't look the same, that they'll change forever. So it's important to capture that bundle of joy in those first 14 days. And if you saw the think tank on the newborn think tank, there was some really good information in there as to how newborn photographers are dealing with that now. Because if you're a newborn photographer, you probably have clients having their babies and you can't actually capture that, but that was your messaging. So I think it was Lisa Marie Taylor had a wonderful way of helping that client capture those images now, so they still come back later and do the session, and she'll find a way of blending those images together into the story of the newborn, the new bundle of joy arriving. So if you haven't seen that, have a look at that. The book now, so that's good. And what I'm missing, I think, is the plan here. Yeah, so I'm back into details here now, high school seniors and all that. So I never would have thought that there was high school senior photography being offered by Julie Bean until I get to here. So that's a problem. So I'd like to see that as a separate landing page. So just like Janine's marketing funnel, she was only talking about the first year plan, on that page. On your website, if you're going to use your website's landing page, you want to see the same thing. So any adverts you're placing, direct bookings around that first year, you're directing them to there, your high school seniors to your high school seniors, your family portrait to your family, your newborns to your newborn page, and not coming to a general home page that I have to figure all that out myself. Hopefully that makes sense. So then there's a video. So I love the use of video. I'm looking for some authority. Here's the authority. So I'm a PPA photographer, a text school photographer. She's won some awards, Reader's Choice. So she's building the authority in there. Again, what's missing is the plan. And that's the one that's missing nearly all the time. We assume, and look, we do it in our business and did it in our business before we understood the concept. And we're in business for since 1981. So what's that? So that's, I used to be able to do that in my head. So 40 years. Yeah, is that right? Yeah, 40 years next year. Yeah, so it took us 37 years or whatever to figure out that our client doesn't know what the process is. We do, because we know how our business operates. So I want to see the plan. Explain the plan to your client. If the first one is, let's have a chat to determine what your actual needs are. 2, we'll actually do the session. And 3, then we'll have your viewing and ordering session. Bang. Now I understand there's going to be a 3-step process, or whatever that is. Okay. And then if you can get a 4th one in, just to reinforce that, is the transformation that your client goes through, having encountered that. So and that goes back to the problem you solved. So what was the problem you solved, and what was their transformation? Okay, excellent. Let's go have a look now, because we're nearly finished. Okay, so we looked at, there was 43 photographers sent their website to us, and we scored it across the following criteria. Does the message connect with the ideal client? Do I know who the ideal client is? Is there a direct call to action? Does that direct call to action stand out? Is there an indirect call to action? Is the client the hero within the messaging? Does the message connect with that ideal client? Is your purpose clear as a photographer as to why you're a photographer and what you're doing? How can I contact you? Is the website enabled? Are you showing authority as the photographer? Are you showing empathy as the photographer? Is there a clear plan? Is client success come true? Do you have an online chat? And what was the last one we used? Mobile enabled. How does it look on mobile? And they're not in any particular order of importance, but they were the criteria we used. And Rebecca's website was the best one that we came across. And just like the 3XM website, it's not perfect, but and it can be made better, but we thought it was really, really good. So the logo is here, and it's quite clear to me that Rebecca is doing high school seniors, the ultimate senior portrait experience. So I'm here, I'm scanning as this Z, yeah, I'm going top left, all the way across, down through it, the ultimate senior portrait experience, and back across. So I know that Rebecca on this page is majoring on high school senior experiences. Then she says, let your personality come to life through photos. Your images are unique to you. Senior photographed by Rebecca. Get modern images that capture this important milestone in your life. So again, she's clearly the guide and the hero is the senior client. She has her indirect call to action here, learn more. I would like to see this book now button right beside that. So the learn more is her indirect call to action, wherever that is. However, her contact details are clear to me. There's the phone number, there's the email, and there's all her social media links. So I can clearly get to those, that they're clear to me. The experience was about the client. Experience, read more. So if you've a lot to say, hide it behind the button. So if I need to, you want in the text here to get the message across, wherever that key message is. And then if you need to expand the detail, hide it behind the button. Yeah. So if the client does want to find out more, they can link in there. What would be really good here is, if I'm talking about the experience here, is if that was a video of that client talking about the experience. So you're building the testimonial beside the experience. The session types. So we've a couple of different styles here. So we have the urban, view more about that. We have the studio, view more about that. We have the flowers and fields. We've the destination. We've the creative. And again, if I want to learn more about that, I can click on the learn more button. The products, so what are these images going to end up as? So here's the key products that are there. You can create your own style. So I believe that every session is unique to you. So again, it's really about the client, and it's going to be customized to them following a consultation, and it's all about you. Yeah. Look inside the senior experience. So here's the video now. So love that. So she's got a video then about what the experience is. Yeah. So that might be worth putting that video up here where we talked about that this would link to the video as well, because we're talking about the experience. And then as we go down here, then now booking class of 2021 and snag your fall date, book your consultation now. So the call to action is there to book your consultation, your direct call to action. Contact us. This form to me is a little bit long. I would take that off that page and I'd have it linked to here, and I'd put the plan in here. So what's the process? So do you remember, I think it was Liz, was it, had the process really, really clear. 1 is the consultation, 2 is the shooting session, 3 is the viewing and ordering session. So if you could get that in here, Rebecca, that would complete this website. And then just be careful of the language, that your direct call to action, your indirect call to actions then appear and follow me all the way down. So when I get to here, I'd like to see your book now here as well. Yeah. Okay. I think that's all the websites that we have to review today, because I'd say I'm probably gone over time. Yes, I am. I'm over 6 minutes already. So let me just have a look to see if there's any questions. But let me just go here now and stop the share and come back to you all. And let me just click on the Q&A. So here's the Q&A. Okay. Thanks, Guy. Looking good, Guy. Thank you. But this, I think I have the video capture Photoshop online thing done. There are plenty of wrinkles here, believe me. Okay, so John says, so I shouldn't have wedding engagement shoots and portrait shoots on the same web page. So John, if you're on your homepage and there's traffic coming to your homepage because of your Google optimization, you can have them on the same page. But if you're directing traffic with Google Ads or online marketing, you don't want to bring them to that homepage. You want to bring them to a page that's specifically talking about that offering. So in your case, your wedding engagement shoots, bring to a page that talks about just wedding engagement and address all those things. So connect with your client. What's their transformation? Show them the plan, build authority, make sure you're the guide and they're the hero. Have your testimonials that are linked to the engagement shoot. Yeah, so don't have it about your portrait testimonial on when you're talking about the wedding engagement. Yeah, and vice versa when you get to your portrait shoot. So that's what I would suggest there. Questions about how do we handle separate landing pages and SEO optimization? Okay, I'm not an SEO specialist. okay? But there are ways to do that. So one of the ways to do it is, most SEO people teach that, you know, you want to get a lot of text in there, but then that is counterintuitive when you're trying to make that connection with your client, because they see a lot of text and they go, oh, I'm not reading all that stuff. So we saw a little bit earlier with Rebecca, she had the learn more, or she had the expand button. So she had her key message there that connects with the client. And if you want all the detail, which also where you might contain your SEO stuff, you can expand it. So hopefully that answers that. Sandy says, thanks, Ronan, a great topic. Glad you enjoyed it, Sandy. And Colleen, I hope I pronounced that right. Can we get this video to review? I missed some in my notes. This was great. Yes, so all these videos are both, they're recorded, and the next day after they've aired live, you can see them in both 3XM Insiders, which is our closed Facebook group, 3XM Insiders, or if you're a member of the think tank, Photography Think Tank, they're posted in there as well. So I hope you've enjoyed today. If you want me to review your website in a future one of these, just put your comment in the just put your comment underneath the replay video, either in Insiders or in the think tank, and say, please review my website at the next one, or DM me a link to your website, and I'll add you into the link, and we'll do more of these because people seem to be enjoying them. So thank you so much. Just to let you know what's on the rest of this week, so on the think tank. So tomorrow we have a really interesting conversation with Rachel Bower of IPS Mastermind and Zena Ryle, who's the marketing manager at 3XM, because initially when we started the think tank, Dave McGillicuddy had a great phrase called, and he called it, we've been given the gift of time, but not everybody's been given the gift of time. Yeah, and many photographers who've got young families, they're at home with the kids are looking to be kept occupied, there's homeschooling to be done, and they've actually gone to a situation where they had more time for the business before, and now they have less time. So the conversation is going to be around that, but also what can you do when you do have the time? And that's why one of the things we've done in the think tank is we've recorded every single live session. So they're there to be able to be viewed later, because not everybody is able to join these things live. Not everyone has the gift of time and just can't get to it there and then. So it's going to be a wonderful conversation around that. So that's Tuesday. On Wednesday, then we have Kevin Jordan back, where they're going to deep dive into the area of staying healthy in mind, body, and spirit. And he's got the wonderful Kay Estridge, who's going to explain her story of how she's dealt with this lockdown and how she stayed sane, and at the same time figured out a revenue stream that she can bring some cash into her business while helping people. So wonderful story there with Kay. And then we've Carol Nichols too, who is a certified mindset coach. And she's going to talk a little bit about that and how some tools and processes and tactics to stay healthy in the mind right now, and to have the right mindset to deal with the situation that we're in now. On Thursday then, we have the wonderful marketeer, Mary Fitz-Taylor, and she's back with a one-on-one interview with Audrey Woolard. And if you didn't see her interview on Friday with the wonderful Alison Tyler-Jones, again, that's in the units. Have a look at that video. There was wonderful, wonderful tips in there. And then this Thursday then, she's going to have the wonderful Audrey Woolard all the way from Chicago. And then on Friday, we have the marketing funnel geniuses and experts. Jonathan is an expert media buyer. He not only is he part of Business Success Academy, but he has his own business where he spends over $1,000 a day on Facebook advertising and selling products for other businesses. So he knows how to generate traffic and warm leads using Facebook and to turn them into business. And then we've Bradley, who's actually doing this. Brad, 75% of his bookings are done online, and he shares how to do that. And they'll also then share with you how Business Success Academy are going to help you over the next month to prepare for when we come through this, because we are going to come through this. And we will have to be firing on all cylinders and make up for that lost business by being very, very busy. So it's important to have your marketing strategy in place to fill that diary for when we come through this. Okay, so that's it for tonight, guys. Thank you so much for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow. Stay safe, stay healthy. Bye tonight.